Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim. I have been having a good old think about which direction this character is going to go in, and what direction I would like it to go in. Now, initially, in the first couple of episodes, I had a conversation where we were sort of at a fork in the road. I could either go down the conjuration skill tree in a much deeper fashion and go down the bound weapons route, which, because of the perk overall that I have, would actually be quite good. Or the alternative was to go down the physical weapons route, and that would lend itself to, obviously I'm using an artifact overhaul, there'd be some interesting weapons along the way. However, a lot of the interesting artifacts, I mean, aside from Ruin's Edge that we've got there, I had a little think about it. The good bows in this game, you've got Dwarven Black Bow of Fate, which is locked behind a mega high level dungeon. We're not going to get that anytime soon. Oriel's Bow, again, it's the end of a quest line, and it's got vampires involved. And because of the overhauls that we've got, we're not going to get there anytime soon. And there are various others as well. So really, I mean, using bows is only going to take us so far. We're going to be stuck with Ruin's Edge for quite a while if that's the case. We've perked into archery, and I don't intend to waste that. However, I think we're going to have more versatility of character for the time being if we do go further into the conjuration tree. A lot of the unique artifacts will come in handy. Even if we find them, we can store them, and we can discuss, obviously, using it at a later time. And the same goes for armor. I'm in a position whereby unique armor is sort of few and far between. The good sets of, unique light armor, it's single pieces here or there, so we're not going to get matching set bonuses for any of that, even if we spec into light armor. Apart from the Nightingale set, which of course is at the end of the Thieves Guild questline. And the way that I like to play Skyrim is where everything sort of starts to come together at the same time. We don't necessarily complete the Thieves Guild and then go off and do the companions and vice versa, which you'll come to see as we go through. So yeah, thought about it, and I think because of the perk overhauls that we have and the new interesting perks that can be used, we should go down the sort of dark mage route here. And what I mean by that is we can use alchemy to use things like poisons. The bound weapons and the new effects are going to double up there as well. There's some really interesting perks in the enchanting tree as far as using staffs goes, so we can get more defense there. We can use the bound sword plus a staff to get extra defense. Elemental cloaks, things like that, so it's not going to completely rule out close combat, which I think is interesting in and of itself. And also, if we start using destruction, we can perk into one of the elements. I'm sort of leaning towards fire personally, and we can get some excess damage there. We can start using the cloak, or we can be, tri-elemental. We can go all three. It really just depends on how many perks we've got to play with, how far we want to go. I think there's some really interesting options, and being a pure mage means that we will be squishy until we get the relevant perks, which is sort of what we're doing right now. It's also going to be dramatically less on carry weight, and it means I won't have to bump up too much. And because we're going to have to start speccing into magic, we're going to have to remain low on health. So if we look at where we're at right now, we only have 130 health. I think I'll go until that's about 150 and just leave it there. And the rest of it is going to be magic. My stamina is low because I'm a little hungry. Let's have a look to see what it's normally like. We'll have some veggie soup. We're well fed. My magic's a little lower than it should be there. So 160 stamina. I think realistically, that's going to be more than enough with the right spells. I think the rest of it's going to be magic. Because we're going to be starting to go into the enchanting tree as well, we can make our own, ideally make our own rings, make our own amulets, things like that. Or I can stay away from that side of enchanting and just use the combat side of things. So if we look at just basically removing this whole tree. Armor enchanter, regalia enchanter, extra effect, soul enchanter, and weapon enchanter. We could leave that middle branch altogether and just go up here. So we've got power stones. Staves are 20% stronger. That could be really nice, you know, if you get a good staff behind you. The mana stone there, staves cost 50% less charge. I mean, how often do you see an actual staff playthrough? And using a staff, the spent charge regenerates at 5 points per second. You take 25% less damage from attacks if you've got a staff equipped and no shield. I mean, that's just good going, you know. Then you've got things like Thunderstruck here. Weapon enchantments are 50% stronger when delivered by a power attack. You get a good sword there, you got to go. So yeah, I think there's some interesting combinations to be had. And really, all we haven't necessarily wasted it, but we got quiet casting, which we need anyway. We've got conjuration there. You know, a couple of perk points into atromancy, which is definitely going to be required. And we just go up the mystic binding side of things as well. Got some destruction perks that we could probably go into, or we could shy away from destruction entirely and just go pure conjuration, but I don't think I would want to do that. Restoration still remains to be investigated further, to be honest. That's your sun damage side of things, which would come in actually really handy when it comes to defeating the vampires. Or we could join. You know, that's one thing I never thought of. If we go down this sort of playstyle, we could become a vampire and see how that affects us. Become more of sort of a blood mage, you know. Ward absorbs. Necromage. Things like that, yeah. I think that's a possibility. I think vampire is becoming a possibility, especially with the overhauls that we've got. You got stability there, sorcerer's robes. You know, spells from any school of magic are 25% more effective if not wearing armor. This just lends to itself. The more I speak about it, the better it's getting. And look at this. Telekinetic Prodigy. Dual cast telekinesis to grab opponents. That is amazing. I think I've sold myself on this. And we can just be an artifact collector. It'll just be part and parcel of it. And we can investigate the effects together. I could perhaps do some reviews. I think it'll be fun. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. What we need to do is a little bit of almost corrective surgery on our character right now. We're going to need some extra perks to be able to do this efficiently from here on out. And we're going to need some money. And we're going to need some training and some more spells. So without further ado, let's get back to Windhelm. And we'll, I think mining is probably the first thing on the agenda. Because we could get some points out of smithing very easily, I think. Off. And we can just look to kit Lydia out, or our companion out in some good gear.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go?
I would like... Where do I want to go? Whiterun, please.
Climb and back, and we'll
I've got an idea. We could kill two birds with one stone here. We need alteration to be higher.
Never hurt to pay your respects.
And we need smithing. So we could go round 2 at Halted Stream Camp. Get the transmute mineral ore spell. And then we can go do the rounds. Get lots of iron ore. And then transmute it all into gold, which will get our alteration up. And then smith all of that into jewellery, which will get our smithing up quite a bit as well. The whole process of mining is going to ultimately come in handy too. Let's go get some rest. Been a long day. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be fun. I don't think I've ever done a sort of a pure mage playthrough in that way. I think the robes to shoot for would be the archmage robes. Until we get to the point where we have, because I have Connoric's accoutrements, The Dragon Priest robes, like the Konarik robes, would be really good. We need a rest.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
This is a local favorite.
Ah, my guy. He's here. Oh, this could be a thing. You're part 2 of the plan now. You just made yourself part 2 of the plan, bud.
You look
I
like
enjoy
someone
this.
who can hold their
Sure
liquor.
thing. It's yours for a day.
Thanks.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
I think I might look a little further into necromancy as well, now that I think about it. There's some good enemies in this game that we might be able to get as a dead thrall. I'll have a think about it. I'll have a think about it.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
As he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone's obsessed
When he
with
met the shield maiden Matilda, who
Where are you? There you are.
Oh,
Nope.
you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed.
What?
And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda
Where's she gone?
full of zeal.
Oh, there you are.
Braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more.
What have you got for sale?
For the thirsty, food for the hungry.
I'll keep on top of this. Couple of apple pies and... Where are you? Where are you? Salmon steaks. Those will do.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
You steer right there, bud. You steer right there.
If you're looking for a challenge, you come to the right place.
The only reason I'm not doing it right now is it's going to take me all the way to Markarth.
I work for Bellathor.
And I most definitely don't need to be there. Not right now. What we got on us? Got some things that we could sell. Stand to sell. So... let's put our Amulet of Zenithar on. Radiant Raiments, fine garbs. Ooh, a little bit out of time.
A few septims for my settlers.
Anything we could do while we're here?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard
I'm looking forward to becoming a vampire potentially here as well.
near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
We'll add an extra bit of depth to the game.
Spare a coin for a fellow Nord who's down on his luck.
So you
Okay, we'll wait.
spend it on drinks at the Bannered Mare?
Got something for just about everybody in here.
I'm sure you do, buddy.
Holler if you have any questions. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Oh, he's got more of those arrows. Unfortunately, we're not going to need him. Especially the Soul Stealer arrows. We'll keep a hold of them and we'll store them just in case. Staff of Flames. We're not going to need that. Staff of Ice Spice could come in really handy if we're doing more of a destruction play. So we'll get rid of those. The Wabberjack, still really nice. I'm going to look up what the effects of that are through the Reliquary of Myth mod and see what the updated effects are. Because I'm really interested to find out what that is. I'll get rid of those. No, we'll keep those actually. Get rid of the dagger. Don't need that anymore. We can get rid of that too. Elven Bow. No, we don't need that. Ebony Sword. No, we don't need that either. Over arrow. Yeah, we're not getting rid of any of that shit. Flawless Ruby. Yes, you can keep. You can keep that too.
Do come back.
I've got a nice level up there as well. It's one for the bank. Next, what we're going to need to do is grab some food. We're going to first go to Embershard Mine. Which what I'll do is I'll just sort of pause the recording, get to Embershard Mine, and then we'll go from there, and I'll probably just speed up what we do. Once we're back from Embershard Mine with all of the iron, in fact, actually, no, that's arse backwards. We'll not do it that way. First, we need to clear out Halted Stream Camp. Because if we can't clear out Halted Stream Camp, then we ain't getting fucking nowhere, Lydia. We ain't getting nowhere with this plan. So that is where we start. And that's where we start. That is what we're going to do. Ride like the wind, war. Oh, hold on. Put our ship back on. Yep. Amulet, necklace of sneaking, yes. Okay. We definitely need to pick up some gloves. That's actually going to affect our... Oh, hold on. Yeah, if we kept those fur gloves on there, that would affect our oak flesh, because we do have the perk. There. 100% stronger if not wearing armor, so it's twice as strong. Now, when I've been off camera testing various mods about midway through this playthrough, we had just gotten Ruin's Edge. I managed to take out giant down in the swamps of, well, the volcanic area of, oh, what's it fucking called? Hjalmarch, is it? No, I don't think it is. That was around there, the volcanic region. There's some giants there and I managed to take them out. Have these bandits respawned? Yes. Yes is the answer. Gotta. Oh wow, there's a fucking bunch of them. Okay, couldn't see those. Out there. Can't hit him for shit. Yeah. Got him. Nope. Oh, hit the fucking... Right, okay. Whoa! Whoa! How did I hit you? Yeah, Lydia, meat shield. Ow! Lydia, please. That is twice that I've been exceedingly lucky. And I managed to survive on, like, 2 health. I don't have a mod that prevents me from dying before it gets mentioned. I certainly do not. Sort of wish I did. Is it called Take a Knee? Or is that maybe just for followers? It might be for followers. Okay, this is where we need to be. I'm going to put a Frost Atronach down. Wabberjack out. Oh. It made him invisible. Come on. Got him. There we go. killed him. The Wabberjack remains. Notice there's a fork in it. That's a good touch. I like that. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and drop an Atronach right down in there. Frost Atronach. Another Storm Atronach. Who's dead in a one there? Okay, up above. Get some range. Now we're going to want the Wabberjack. Become ethereal. Oh shit. That's it, go on. Go on, you got him. Have him, go on. That's it. There we are. See? We can do this. Steel plates, none of that's as good as what she already has. We'll just leave that alone. The Wabberjack remains as a ball. Poacher's Axe. This time has a unique model. A little bit of a hook on the back of it now. A little hole through the handle. Nice. We'll take it. It's unique, so we've got to keep it. That is the rules. I didn't make the rules. I just adhere to them. Alright, what we've come for primarily is this. And of course whatever's in here. Take that, take that. Oh, take that and take that. Lovely. Iron ore. Yes, please. The cake and the diamond. Oh, I found recently that there is on Spotify, which is what I use for the my own music there. There is a Skyrim book reading. There is literally a Spotify sort of channel, an artist if you'd like, that is dedicated to reading the books from Skyrim, which is fucking cool. I love that. Right guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get into this chest. No I'm not, because I've only got 5 lockpicks left. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to get all of the iron that we can from within this mine. I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, I'm back. I have done the full mine. Gotten all of the iron ore. What are we at now? Where are we? 52 iron ore ingots, which is a really, really good start. Of course, we've got Ember Shard mine to go as well. And we could do White River Watch. Because we previously cleared both of those. They've probably got bandits again, but we've done it before, we could do it again. I'm going to go ahead and give this to Lydia.
How can I serve you, my thane?
Well, now, while I was doing this, I also took a look at the mod page for Reliquary of Myth, just to sort of remind myself of what is available. And I have to see if we become a vampire and we go down the current route that we're on now, with regards to being more of a mage. There are some really cool rings, necklaces, You know, various artifacts, robe sets. I mean, the Reliquary of Myth makes the Archmage set an actual set. So there's Archmage boots, gloves, a hood, you know. And I've been thinking about a couple of mods that could maybe help with this as well. I'm debating on whether it would be just overpowered or not. I mean, to be honest, we've already got the belt worn stuff, which is just going to be stupidly powerful when we get to a certain level there. With Dragon Priest masks, and already we've seen already the level of power that we can get from the belt worn boots just on their own. So that's one thing. But I was debating on whether to go for the multiple rings option, because that means there's a bunch of rings in this game, and Reliquary of Myth even adds a couple more and overhauls them to a large degree, and the combination of some of them just sounds too good to miss out upon. So I'm debating on whether to do that. That's one. And the other thing I was thinking about was whether to add circlets can be worn with hoods, which is a consideration I will have to make. One, for aesthetic purposes, but two, for just pure power levels. It's definitely something I want to have a good think about. I might have a play around with that. I might install those mods between saves and test them first with some artifacts. I don't want too much popping off at the same time. That will damage gameplay, you know. But yeah, that's it was worth considering. So next we are going to pop over to Ember Shard Mine, and then they'll pop up to White River Watch, and again we're just going to be rinsing those of their iron ore. Ooh, oh, that was horrible. Right, so we've got 52 pieces already. We're probably going to get close to the 100 mark. My smithing only went up to level 13 from level 10, so you know I'm not getting a huge amount of experience from doing this, but once we start smelting into gold ore, that's when the real experience is going to come. So again guys, what I'll probably do here is pause. We'll get all the way to Ember Shard, and then I'll obviously remind you guys, if there's bandits there, I'll take you through the combat. If not, I'll just clear it out and I'll meet you on the other side. 2 ticks. Okay guys, we are at Ember Shard Mine. We just need to pop inside. Now there was a bandit outside, so I'm inclined to believe that there will be bandits inside. So let's get into our stealth position. The torches are back. Everything looks like it's respawned. Lydia, I'm going to ask you...
I've got your back.
In fact, no, I'm not going to ask you to wait there. I think we're just going to go in open combat here. I'm going to manually raise. I also took... Oh, one thing I didn't mention. I took a look at... let's get the Flame Atronach up here as well. Oh, there is no bandits there. I really thought there would have been. Yeah, I took a look at obviously the Reliquary of Myth mod page, as I mentioned. Wabberjack was what I wanted to investigate. And there's now over 50 random effects associated with Wabberjack. It hasn't respawned by the looks of it.
Watch it.
But this is really good news. Yeah, there's over 50 random effects. Also, the Sanguine Rose, which is the next unique staff I was going to go for. We're going to go meet up with Sam after we've done this this dungeon here. There is 4 different types of Dremora that act as a permanent summon now, like a thrall until they are killed. There's the Mage, Assassin, Archer, and the typical, you know, warrior-based Dremora. So that's really interesting as well. That's really, really cool. I like that idea. I've also been considering there are other overhauls that we have in play. Obviously, artifacts was one side of things. Race was one side of things. Obviously, we've already made that decision now. We're in it now. But the other was the standing stones, an often overlooked one. So we've got, obviously, we've addressed the skill trees already, but the standing stones are still different to what they normally are. So I think there might be some really interesting combos. I'm going to have a read up on what some of the standing stones do now, and have a little think about the play style that I've got in mind at the moment, and see and really see what we can come up with. I think the ritual stone might be a good shout now. It depends on obviously how it integrates with the whole necromancer theme still. But yeah, that could be really, really interesting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this dungeon out of all of its iron ore, and I'll meet you back at the entrance. Okay guys, we are just about done here. I think we've probably got enough iron ore to go on for the time being. I don't think we need to go back to White River Watch. It's took quite a while to get all of this so far, so I think we're good. We're good. Earlier on, I did the back half of the dungeon first, of course, and then I slept in one of the bed rolls, so we got a level up. And I've put it straight into bound weapons, which of course is phase 2 coming up. While I've been doing that as well, I've been taking a look at the minimalistic overhauls, so the standing stones being one of them. A couple of really interesting effects actually. The mage stone does seem to be good for what we're doing right now, but a little further in, the ritual stone I think will be more beneficial. You no longer get the power to raise all of the undead around you. You get the power to summon one extra minion. I think whether that's undead or whether it's an Atronach is entirely up to you. So I think that's a really good one to have, especially for us. That will stack with the perk in the perk tree as well. So that's a nice one to look at. And it's only just up the road as well, so we could do that any time. So when we're done sort of power leveling, which I don't think we've done at all, to be honest. But when we're ready to stop the increased level speed, then we could probably move to that. It's going to be more effective. Now all we need really is a smelter. I don't think there is one in Riverwood, even with JKs. Or is there? I think there is. At the back, around the side? Yeah, I think there is. I don't need to go all the way to Whiterun for this. Yep, there's one there now. Cool. There's one right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see... Where's Lydia? Lydia is still catching up. Oh, there you are. I'll take all that iron from you, please.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Take those. Thank you very much. I am carrying too much. In fact, we're going to want to put that back on. And we could do with the Necromancer's Amulet if we're going to do this. It will bring the time down altogether. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because all I would end up doing anyway is going and getting the carriage.
Reforming the Dawn God.
Yes, I'm sure. I'd end up going and getting the carriage.
Might consider joining
Going to Morthal. Grabbing the amulet. Doing all of this. Where am I going with this? I was thinking about turning survival mode off and just fast traveling to save myself the time, because I wasn't going to let you guys have to watch this anyway. I was just going to skip through. However, it's a survival playthrough. I don't want to be just turning the survival mode on and off on a whim. So what we will do is, I'll not be a complete douche about it. With JKs, there is a smelter and things at Morthal anyway. So I'll just go do it there. There's a smelter in my house. And I can be well rested and it'll all come together. All come together. So I'll just get myself to Murwatch, and we'll go from there. So yeah, we've got the Standing Stone overhaul. A couple of ideas about that one. The Religion overhaul. I took a quick look at that one. Truer. Now it really is minimalistic when compared to Winter Sun. It's big sister, if you like. Winter Sun has belief systems in place and obviously passive activities that you do that would increase your favour with your chosen deity. For example, if you were to side with Talos, if you were to worship Talos, killing high elves and things like that increase your favour with him. Therefore, you get more powerful benefits. That's just one of the examples, you know. Truer doesn't do that. It very much sits in the background. You just choose a deity to worship and you get benefits from it. And as we're doing so far, I think we've got Arcade was the last one. We just get a little boost to our health, something like that.
Where do you want to go?
And as we've discovered already,
Climb and back, and we'll
by worshipping Talos, it reduces your shout cooldown, or it makes your shouts more powerful. One of the two. So that's one option. But there are also the shrines over in Solstheim. Why is it not letting me fast travel? I can't use the carriage because of being over encumbered. Yeah, it's not letting me use the carriage because I'm over encumbered. There's the shrines over in Solstheim for a couple of the Daedric princes, and they're not too bad of a shout either. One of them increases the your stealth, and I can't remember what the other one does, but there's a couple to consider. Anyway, I've taken a screenshot on my phone. 76 pieces of iron ore. Let's give all of those to Lydia.
Lead on.
I'm not over encumbered anymore. And he still won't let me travel.
You ready to go yet?
Okay, this might be bugged.
I can take you. Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Let's try it again.
Oh, steady.
There it is. There it is. So yeah, the last one I need to check out is thinking about becoming a vampire. For one, I never ever get to play as a vampire. Never. I always choose the Dawn card. Always. But the artifact effect on Reliquary of Myth for the vampire side of things, really tasty. Really, really tasty. And also Sacrilege, which is the vampire overhaul that's built into this minimalist overhaul that we're using, is going to change the way vampires work, and I need to investigate that a little further before I make my decision. But I think overall, vampires, necromancy, that sort of thing, it might be worth taking a look at, especially if we go double rings. Especially if we do that. There's a good couple of rings like the Ring of Namira for cannibalism. That just seems to give you a crazy effect. Super fucking crazy. I really like that. And also the Ring of Erudite, one of the vampire rings. That's awesome. It certainly seems awesome anyway. Right, so one thing we're here for. Necromancer's Amulet. Put that on. There it is. Next, we want to have a bit rest. Get well rested. And what I'll do is, I'll just speed this up so that you guys are well aware of what's happened. I'm just going to get some food real quick. Here we go. And you wait an hour and repeat. Alrighty, that is 77 gold ore we have. Now we need to go smelt it down. Quick save it there, just in case anything happens. Go smelt it down, then we'll make it into some necklaces. Nice big fiery pot. Seems unnecessary. Okay, gold ingot. I'll smelt the pickaxe down as well, why not? The old forge. Here we go, we've got some of the masks, as you can see. Spoil some of the effects for you. Jewellery. Oh, we have a flawless diamond apparently. Gold jewel necklace, yeah, we'll do those as well. Ruby necklace, yeah. Sapphire ring, yeah. And in order to level our speech skill higher, selling more items that are valuable will level us more. So selling 2 gold rings rather than 1 gold necklace will actually level us more. So we're going to go for that. After all, this was simply about getting some more levels. There we have it. We also need to make some camping supplies. Just 1 set, so we need 3 firewood, 1 leather. That will definitely come in handy. What's going on with the tanning rack here? Oh, we can make some leather. Cool. Get all that. I don't think we've got any firewood lying around in here at all, so we'll have to go make some of that before we try it. We do have a staff enchanter. Staff of Sheer Gorath is there to be used. But there's no spells that we want to use right now, so we'll just leave it. Not to mention, I think it's actually bugged, where if you use a staff enchanter, your enchanting skill goes like through the roof. So I'll leave that. Right guys, I think you have witnessed enough for 1 episode. So this is much more of a grinding episode, a crafting episode, just to try and get us up to where we need to be. I think in the next episode it's going to be a little bit more of the same. Unfortunately, we will be popping up to the College of Winterhold. I think the logical thing to do would be to go visit Finis, our conjuration expert up there, and see what he's got. I mean, we are close to Morthal. We could probably pop to Thalion on the way and see if he's got any conjuration spells that are going to be of use to us. But other than that, really quite open. We're just going to lean in a little bit more to this playstyle and see what comes next. So my name is Brian, this is Botched Up Games, and remember, if you can't beat them, botch them. Take care.